Starbucks for 1 year and 5 months now. You know, when I started my career in Starbucks, I don't have a lot of knowledge about the coffee. All I thought is just you're making coffees or latte and that's it. So when I came here, I was shocked because I was overwhelmed with all of the details and you need to study. But I am lucky and I'm blessed because I was surrounded with a lot of great partners who inspired me. And it was 29 days of training before I was calibrated as barista. So there I met Ate Maya, which was the Barista Champion 2022.
Your batchmate.
Yeah.
We compete together, all of us.
Yeah. So without her knowing, she inspired me to study also. And I told myself that time that I will join a Barista Champion sooner or later when I am prepared. So months later, years later, I become a barista trainer and I compete some competitions in Starbucks to gain my confidence and become more connected with the partners. And now I'm representing my store as Barista Champion. So before I start, allow me to present to you the brewing method I choose and the preparation that I have here. So I prepare French press as my brewing method for a very good reason, 3 reasons. One, that this is very convenient and very easy to prepare. Second, it extract the natural oil as the coffee bean has. And the third is that it is the closest instinct of where our expert almost tastes in their tasting room. So I want you also to experience how they taste the coffee in my preparation. So in every coffee that we're going to prepare, be at our home or our store, there are 4 fundamentals approach, such as proportion, grind, water, and freshness. So proportion is the ratio of coffee to water, allowing the proper extractions of coffee's full flavor in a rich aromatic cup. So it's very important because if we use less coffee and too much water, there's the tendency would be it will be bitter because there's a lot of water passing through that grounds, resulting to a bitter cup. While if we use too much coffee, less water, the taste would be under-extracted because there's only little water, or we call it under-extracted because little water extracting to that grounds. So in my preparation, I have here 4 cup pour C. So my proportion is 27 grams over 490 ml of filtered hot water. Next is grind. The grind determines the brewing method that we're going to choose. There's no universal grind. So in my preparation, I use coarse as my grind because it is the grind that is advice for the French press. So if we're going to prepare for French press, cold brewer siphon, please use coarse as your grind. Or for band brewer, Chemex and Clover, use medium coarse. For pour over, medium fine. For espresso, fine. And for Turkish, extra fine. So the grind determines how long the water and the coffee is in contact with each other and how much flavor is being extracted. So it means that the flavor we extract or the flavor we get also depends on the grind that we use. So it's very important as well. Next is water. As we all know, 98% of our coffee consists of water. So it's very important, large amount, isn't it? So we have to look for 2 characteristics such as what purity and temperature. When we say purity, there's no chemical taste such as iron, sulfur, or chlorine, all present on our water. Always use filtered water. That's why our Starbucks are suggesting only filtered water. Tap water is okay. So as we smell the coffee, we get the aroma. The aroma determines the growing region of the coffee, which grows on our coffee belt. The coffee belt is where our coffee grows in the band of Capricorn and Tropic of Capricorn and Tropic of Cancer, which was Latin America, Asia Pacific, and Africa. Those growing region has a distinct aroma. So in this, can you share to me the aroma that you smell in the coffee?
I feel berries.
Berries, yeah. The very reason is our Ethiopia is from Africa, growing region of Africa. So it has smells aroma of a berry fruity flavor. So next is slurp the coffee. Slurp the coffee and sipping is different from each other. It is a technique also where we are pulling the air into our mouth to avoid our tasting palate to be burned and to spread the acidity all over our mouth. So the tip is slurping as loud as possible. Can you share to me the acidity? It can be identified as low, medium, and high.
I find it medium.
Medium, okay. But it's okay if we have different evaluation of the coffee. Since we have different tang, we can identify different acidity. So the acidity of this coffee is high because of the processing method that it's used. So the processing method the acidity can be determined by the processing method. So this coffee is a wash process, that's why it has high acidity. But the difference is we identify the acidity differently because sometimes we taste before we smell slurp the coffee, so that might be affected. Next is we locate the body. This is not the physical body, but rather the weight of the coffee in our tongue. Some occurs like full fat milk and skim milk. So please slurp it again and let it stay a little longer. As we identify the body, we can identify it as light, medium, and full. Can you share what you saw?
Medium.
Medium. Okay, exactly. Our Ethiopia is a medium body because of its roasting profile. So the body determines its roasting profile. So our Ethiopia is a medium roast. That's why it has a medium body as well. So as a general rule, medium light roast, light body, dark roast, fuller body. So before we proceed with our last step, please do the food pairing. So I have prepared here a brownie and some fruits for you to take. So food pairing is very important as well because it allows us to identify.
Grabbing my attention.
It's cheese. What is it?
Yeah, cheese.
Cheese.
Yeah. So the the food pairing will allow you to identify which one is complementary and which one is contrast. So as a seller of the coffee, it is important to have knowledge which coffee pairs with your coffee. So complementary means it goes along or it enhances the flavor of the coffee, while complementary means the taste of the food highlighted more than the taste of the coffee. So the proper way to do it is to slurp, eat, and then slurp. So do the same way. And before you do the complementary and the contrast, please wash your palate to identify it properly.
Sorry, we need to.
Yeah.
It's okay, thank you so much. The last step is describe. This is my favorite part of this because as we evaluate the whole coffee, we are getting to know the other stories of the coffee. So Ethiopia is from the growing region of Africa with a high acidity wash process, medium body with medium roast. So as you can see in Ethiopia, this is called the birthplace of the coffee because of the way back when Kaldi and his goat discovered this coffee while just roaming around the field, and then his goat found it and he found that his goat become energized. So he tried himself and then the same result happened to him, and then without him knowing, one monk is watching them and he tried it and he found it's helping him to in terms of long time prayer. So it has believed that Ethiopia becomes the birthplace of coffee. And as you can see in the packaging, it shows here the Jabina and Sini where they put the coffee. They call it Buna. So, and at the back of it, you can see also the girl, the woman, because in Ethiopia, serving coffee is a tradition where it shows respect and hospitality, which is same with our country. If we have visitors, we serve them with coffees, we serve them any snacks. So I found it connected with myself as well. In our country, same with Ethiopia, they are serving it in a young lady. So in our country, which is the youngest one, they are the one who will buy the food for the visitors. So as you can see also in the packaging, we can see Conservation International, which is I am proud to say that Conservation International is something to be proud of. So as you can see here, I make a graph of a bean, which shows the giant potential of a tiny little bean, which I believe it myself. Although I'm not able to become a coffee master because I saw this one in a Coffee Master Journal. But as a barista, when I started to study about the coffee, I found out that this is true. Something that the tiny little bean has the giant potential when it started in Ethiopia, it shows to the world. So something I am proud of because as we connected with our Conservation International, this tiny little bean is not only grabbed or purchased, but ethically, 100% ethically sourced. So in year 1998, when we become partnership with Conservation International, they are proud of Starbucks because we are sourcing 100. We are committed to 100 or 99% ethically sourced with them until we establish our purchasing criteria, which is the coffee practices. Not only quality coffee, not only purchasing transparently, but we are good to people and the planet. So as you can see, I will connect myself in this Ethiopia because as I said a while ago, this is the birthplace of the coffee, where all began. It is also the beginning of myself as a giant potential because I found this competition as a platform where you can showcase your talent, showcase your knowledge, and I might look like a tiny bean because I'm small and like the shy type, but this giant potential can be shown to a lot of people if it's taken care of properly. So as you can see at the back, I show here farmers, agronomists, master roaster experts, and partners. So these are the people that help this tiny little bean to show its potential to the world. Same as us, our partners, not only us but a lot of people behind it make us where we are today. And I am proud that I've been guided with a lot of professionals, experts to be where I am today. So again, my name is Sweet, representing Cholashada. Nice to meet you.
Wonderful. Great job!
Sweet.
I like you for the finale.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Great personality. Not this one, but this is
So sweet, thank you for that one. You're the last one, but I'm very happy because you're the last one, but give us a big impact.
Yeah.
So now we're going to ask some questions. Just want to clarify something because I was focusing on the story,
Yeah,
which is
exactly.
such a personal connection. But for example, you're the barista, you're the customers. How you were going to educate us as a customers, for example, about our commitment or service commitment regarding to ethical sourcing and cafe practices.
Okay. So if I were I am the barista going to explain to you. So, Madam, sir, our coffee this coffee is I'm very proud of all of our coffees actually that we produce because we are committed to 100% not 100% ethically sourced, which means we are not compromising the future generation because of providing the present needs. We are sourcing it sustainably, transparently, and good to people and the planet. So it means we are giving also the farmers have the ability to we are providing them supports for their families' educations, and we making sure as well that the quality is every coffee that we serve is 100% Arabica coffee, which is a high quality coffee, and we are not taking more than we are not taking we are committed to our environment to give more than what we take. And as a barista, I am proud to stand in Starbucks because we are committed to 100% ethical sourced coffee.
So I will introduce myself. My name is PRAKASH. I'm from India. Today I represent my store Starbucks. So we have many kind of brewing methods. So first of all, today I conduct this coffee tasting in the DBC Championship. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. So we have many kind of brewing methods like bun brew, espresso, K-mix. But today I took only French press because this take only 4 minutes and coffee press retain the natural of the coffee and have a resulting and rich aromatic flavors. For the perfect cup of coffee, we follow the 4 fundamentals of brewing method. So which are proportion, grind, water, and freshness. In the proportion is ratio of coffee to the water. So in start with the best proportion is 10 grams of coffee to 180 ml of water. So today I took French press. So I took 27 grams of coffee and 490 ml of water. So the next step is grind. There is no universal grind. Grind is determined by the brewing method. So French press need coarser grind. So we have heating machine. So I grind my coffee using number 9 because the number 9 for the coarser grind. So moving to the next step is water. So water is very important in our coffee tasting because our coffee tasting is 98% of water. Water has 2 components, purity and temperature. In the purity, we use always clean and fresh water. Tap water is okay. Water should not have any kind of chemical contamination, such like iron, sulfur, or chlorine. About the temperature, we always use 90 to 96 degrees of Celsius, and in the Fahrenheit, we use 195 to 205 Fahrenheit. So, moving to the next step is freshness. In the freshness, we know the coffee is 4 and light, heat, moisture, and oxygen. So we need to protect our coffees from those four enemies. For this, we using the one-way wall. So how it's work? Our coffee produces the carbon dioxide itself. So one-way wall releases the carbon dioxide, but not intake oxygen in the coffee bean packet. So our coffee bean packet made from the four components: polythene, polyester, nylon, and foil. So about packing the packaging. So it's unopened packing. Only 34 weeks. Once we open the packet, it's 7 days. And once we grind the coffee, it's only 24 hours. So my French press taking time is 4 minutes. My French press taking time is 4 minutes, and best consumed within the 20 minutes. So in the coffee tasting, we have 4 steps: smell, slurp, locate, and describe. But in this 4 steps, we describe our 4 characteristics of the coffee: aroma, acidity, and body, and flavor. So it's my shipping time not yet done. So before that's why we doing the coffee tasting in this organization. So this is the culture of Starbucks. Whenever we go in the surrounding the world, when there is any store, the Starbucks, when we go there, they are doing the coffee tasting, because this is the culture we doing the every stores of this world in the Starbucks. Okay. So and the second reason why we do coffee tasting, because as a barista, we need to calibrate our tongue and nose. This is the perfect way when we calibrate our tongue and nose. And as a barista, we are not just crafting the beverage, we are gaining the knowledge and we are sharing the knowledge to the customers. So which coffee is best for the customer? So that time we need to suggest to the customer. That's why we're doing the coffee tasting. So first step is smell. So first step is smell. So first step is smell. So what's the important is about the smell? So in the smell we get the aroma. So what's the aroma? Aroma, our tongue distinguishes only 5 kinds of things: salt, sulfate, umami, and bitter. But our nose get 1 trillion of aroma. Sometimes aroma can be related to the coffee's flavor. So aroma can be nutty, fruity, earthy, and herbal. So just with the coffee. Take it and inhale the aroma. Which kind of aroma you get?
I get something dark chocolate.
Okay. We get the 1 trillion or the
nuts.
Yeah. We get the every almond. Yeah, because our Guatemala Antigua comes from Latin America, so that's why sometimes we get the cocoa, almonds, nuts. So aroma determined to the growing regions. So we have 3 growing regions: Latin America, Asia Pacific, and Africa. Our Guatemala Antigua comes from the Latin America. So moving to the next step is slurp. So what's the slurp? In the slurp we find the acidity. When we slurp the coffee spread on our entire palate and we get the acidity. So before the slurp, louder the better to prevent our tongue from burning. So sorry, I forgot my water. Just clean your palate. Yeah. So what's the acidity? Acidity is not the pH level, it's the tartness or tanginess of our coffee. So slurp again. Which kind of acidity you feel? Acidity can be low, medium, and high.
For me, it's medium.
Yeah. So our Antigua coffee also this medium acidity. Acidity determined by the processing method. We have 3 processing methods: wash, semi-wash, and natural wash, because as dry wash. So our Antigua comes from the wash processing method. So what's the processing method? In the processing method, we separate our green tea from the fruit cherry. So in the fruit cherry there are 5 types of flavor: outer skin, pearl, mucilage, silver skin, and the second last one is the green bee. So we separate our green bee from the fruit cherry. There is the five type of anatomy. That's why we processing our coffee. So wash processing method, we ferment our coffee 18 to 36 hours in the tank. So wash processing method increase the acidity and have a clean finish. So moving to the next step is locate. So in the locate, we finding the heaviness of our coffee known as the body. So how to compare to the skim milk or full fat milk. So lighter bodies feel light on our tongue and have a clean finish. Fuller bodies feel heavier and have lingering flavors. So sir, ma'am, just slap a coffee and what kind of body you feel? Body can be light, medium or full.
Medium body.
It's medium body.
Yeah. So this is Guatemala also medium body. You guys calibrate your tongue as it's good. Yeah. So body determined to the roasting profile. So we have three type of roasting profile: brown, medium, and dark. Our Guatemala Antigua comes from the medium roasting profile. So moving to the next step is describe. Before the describe, I get the food pairing. So for the Latin America, we have nuts, dark chocolate. So food pairing has two things: complementary and contrasting. So food pairing, why we doing the food pairing? To enhance the coffee flavor. When we do food pairing, so food pairing, the food balance with the coffee, the food combination is the complementary, and food flavor get spoiled with the food. It means the contrasting. So this is the complementary flavor of our coffee, and this is the contrasting flavor of our coffee. So how do we food pairing? Slurp, bite, slurp, bite. So it's complementary or contrasting?
Yeah, it's complementary.
No? Good.
So
Leave it here.
So moving to the next step is describe. So you can see the Antigua, Guatemala. So Antigua is the value in Guatemala. So Guatemala is the country in Latin America. You can see the quetzal. So the bird name is the quetzal. The quetzal represents their own national flag. The Guatemala currency name as well the quetzal. And this quetzal showing this could represent the freedom and the lovebird as well called. So you can see the here is triangle. So they present there is the famous volcano tree, Agua, Fuego and Acatenango. So about talking the first in the describe we're talking about the flavor, the four characteristics. The last one is flavor. So our cocoa and subtle is the flavor of the coffee. So you can see this is the upside. Our all coffee is 100% ethical sourcing, and there is the CI. CI is the non-profit organization who look after the welfare of the nature. We collabed with CI in 1998, and after that we established cafe practices in 2004. So in cafe practices, so what's the cafe practices? Cafe practices help us to create a long-term of supply high quality of coffee. So positively impacting coffee worker and coffee farmers to live and livelihood food. So why about talking the packaging? You can see the back side of the coffee. There is a short story, and here is how to brew coffee at home. So how I connect myself. You can see the quetzal. This is the freedom bird. So when I join Starbucks, they give me the freedom to take the feedback. If doing something wrong, I give the feedback, and if I doing the wrong, the partners give me the feedback. And if I have any kind of query, I ask to anyone, no matter his manager, DM, Barista, TRINA. So that's the freedom I give in Starbucks. So this is the medium roast coffee, and we using the in Starbucks 100% Arabica coffee and top 3%. In the 100% on top 3% Arabica coffee is we using always. So this is my presentation. So the coffee bean, this coffee bean known as also the coffee bean. So you can see Latin America has crisp acidity with the flavor of nuts. So my coffee has the, you get guys cocoa, some nuts flavors. So Africa has also flora. So every region has their own personal flavors. So in the coffee bean packet, in the coffee belt, so there is the two things important in the climate or altitude. Our Arabica coffee grow on only high altitude coffee. The range between 900 to 1,800 meter because of elevation. So for the bean density, for the bean density, temperature warm in the days and night in the cooler. So bean density. Okay, maybe I'm scaring. Okay. So the bean density is good. Is for the roasting is good. Okay, so that's it. Now I'm signing off. Yeah.
I'm signing off.
Yeah.
You're not terminated.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm signing off now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Prakash, thank you for that one. So later we'll write the feedback. So first we're going to ask some questions. So you mentioned earlier, with regards to ethical sourcing in the packaging, right? So for example, you're the barista and we're the customers, how you're going to educate us with regards to our Starbucks commitment by ethically sourcing coffee and the cafe practices.
Okay, so I will tell you. So ethical sourcing is the process where coffee is being cultivated in responsible way and the sustainable way. So it's not it's responsible way and the sustainable way. Okay. So after that we collab in the CI. So what's the CI? CI is the non-profit organization. So CI founded in the 1998, but after the 10 years we collab with the CI in 1998. Okay. So after that we established the cafe practices. So cafe practice has the 4 criteria: quality, social responsibility, environmental leadership, and economical transparency. In the quality, we always focus to the quality of our coffee. That's why we're using 100% of Arabica coffee. Quality in the cup. Social responsibility. So in the social responsibility, we take responsibility to our coffee farmers and coffee workers from their families and the workers. And the social responsibility. After that, the economical transparency. In economical transparency, we always check so the best price we give to the customers, we give to the farmers. And the environmental leadership. So we caretake our product not harmful to the nature, Mother Nature. So these are the 4 main criteria in cafe practices and the ethical sourcing.
Starbucks for more than 5 years. So I'm representing my trolley. I complete these computations, gain some experience and some knowledge to share my knowledge to the partners, and I will, whatever I learn, I apply and implement in my stores. So perfect brewed up coffee, we have to follow 4 fundamentals. The first, proportion. The proportion means coffee, water versus the ground of coffee. So Starbucks will use each 10 gram of coffee to 180 ml of water. So I'm using French press. It has 27 gram of coffee and 490 ml of water. So second step, the grind. The grind means that we'll slice the coffee to coarse to extra fine. So there is no universal grind. So the different brew method requires different sizes. So I'm using as a French press. It has a coarse grind, or you can say French press grind. So third step, of course, water. Our coffee with 98% of water. So we have to follow 2 things: purity and temperature. Purity means no taste like chlorine, no smell like iron and sulfur. So temperature should be 195 Fahrenheit to 205 Fahrenheit, 90 degrees Celsius to 90 to 96 degrees Celsius. So the 4th step, the freshness. Freshness means we have to protect for the 4 enemies. light, heat, moisture, and oxygen. So we have the coffee packet also. We have a 4 layer to protect the freshness, like nylon, foil, polyester, and polythene. So we have a one-way bulbs. That means the carbon dioxide from the inside the packet can release and cannot pass in oxygen inside the beans. So it has full, the 34 weeks the shelf life. If we open 7 days, if you will grind, it will be only 24 hours. If we will grind, we have to put airtight fill the container because the air cannot pass inside the container. So I'm using this one. We can see here. The ethical, so I just go with the ethical sourcing. So ethical sourcing means that how we purchase, that conversation, partnership with Conversation International. All coffee will buy sustainability and responsibility. We have a guidelines for coffee and farmer equity. We have a quality. We have economic transparency. We have social responsibility. Even we have environmental leadership. So I'm just going. So I will going to copy tasting the Ethiopia coffee today. So let's go with the 4th step of coffee tasting. So my timer is done. So it has a, so I press it because it's not coming the sound again.
No, we have it's done now. Because
We already set a timer for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry.
It's only 20 minutes. I'm sorry. Yeah.
no need for that one.
It's okay.
It's okay, yeah.
So 4 minutes done. I just press it. Okay. So we can use the 20 minutes for this coffee. Coffee tasting, we have also 4 steps of coffee tasting. First step, we'll smell the coffee. So this is. First step will smell. Just cover your hand and inhale. So how is the aroma for you?
Chocolate first.
For you, ma'am? Smells means this is the how you have the aroma. You can feel in your nose. Okay. Our mouth can take only 4 tastes: sour, sweet, bitter, and sour, and umami. So our nose can detect the feelingness of aroma. Aroma gives us the impressions what like to taste like. So because of the aroma, it's depend on the growing regions. The growing region different growing regions have a different aroma because of the elevations, microorganism, and microclimate that affect the flavor. So the second step will slurp to get the acidity. Of course, the louder is the better. Let's try it. So the purpose of slurping to get acidity. Acidity means you can feel your mouth. Tangerine and tartness in your mouth. You can feel your side or tip of your tongue and your back of the jawbone. It's depend on the processing method. So we have 3 kind of processing method in Starbucks. We have a wash, semi-wash, and natural dry. So this Ethiopia coffee from the wash method. So wash method, we will put the beans in fermentation 18 to 36 hours. So they increase the acidity. So third step. Second and third step will go hand to hand because when you will slurp, that time you already locate. So try to again slurp the coffee to get the body of the coffee. So the body of the coffee, like the thickness of the coffee, you can compare with like a full fat milk or of non-fat. So it's like heaviness of the coffee. So because of the our roasting profile can develop our body of the coffee. So in Starbucks we have three kind of roast. We have a blonde roast, we have a medium roast, and we have a black roast. So this Ethiopia is a medium roast. So it has a medium body. So the fourth step. So before the we go fourth step, the food pairing. The food pairing is like the balance. Like we have a bitter food and sweet, so we have a balance. We have a we have a growing region have a different. So the cocoa, the Latin America have a cocoa flavor. So I prefer from the chocolate cocoa. The Africa have a citrusy berry. So the blueberry muffin, the orange blueberry muffin, and the Asia Pacific. It's like earthy to herbal. So we have caramel chocolate. So for the Ethiopia, it's a citrusy to berry. So judges, this is a orange muffin. So this is the the perfect food pairing. First we'll slurp and bite. Slurp and bite to the balance the food pairing. Sorry, I didn't have a phone.
No, it's okay.
So the balance you can feel. Slurp and I will try. The sip. We'll sip and we'll balance. So it's a proper food pairing. So this is like citrusy and the bitterness. So it is a proper, not contrasting, it's proper. So finally, the last step we'll describe. So I will go with the so this is the growing region, African growing regions. Okay, it has a high acidity and medium body. Okay, so this is I can say this is the birthplace of the god hotel Kali. So first the coffee found in Ethiopia. So I can see here the Simi and Zabina. So this is the Ethiopia young lady. They have a traditional. Okay, when they are every day 3 times they will do the coffee ceremony. Okay, the Ethiopian women they will use their traditional dish and welcoming their relative to come. Then even though themselves also, so they will use this one. The Zabina and Simi they will serve the coffee. But some rural area they are putting salt also for the coffee. So other things important of Ethiopia, they will roast on style because they will use the charcoal with the pan. They will roast the coffee. Then they have a metal and pestle. They will just grind it. The one we sometime the garlic will make some the mash up is like this. They have a same like this. The metal and pestle they will just grind it and they will put the water and they will drink the coffee. So every day they will have 3 times in like coffee ceremony. They are talking about the politics and they are talking about the family gathering. So they will enjoy every day 3 times. Then so thank you judges. Thank you so much for your wonderful time. So I will in my listening. If you have any feedback or suggestion, please.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Chef.
Thank you, Patrick.
Alright, Chef. Now, thank you for your coffee tasting. Later, we'll provide you feedback, but we'll ask some questions first. Okay? So, you mentioned earlier about a little bit about ethical sourcing coffee practice, but for example, you're a barista, we're the customers, how you're going to educate us about our Starbucks commitment through ethical sourcing coffee practice.
Ethical sourcing and ethical practice. So, the ethical sourcing also, in the package also, they wrote an ethical 100% ethical sourcing. So, ethical sourcing means that how we buy the coffee to help the environment, okay, to environment and to the farmers. We pay the farmers. Okay. Then we can see also here international conversation with ethical sourcing. We can say in packaging also we can explain the customer this is 100% ethical sourcing. So we have like ethical sourcing guidelines like quality, economic transparency, social responsibility, and environmental leadership. So this.
Before I came here to Starbucks Kuwait, I'm not drinking coffee at all. But after I became a partner, I started loving it. Not because only of its taste, but as a partner, you need to love coffee for you to create and serve a great one. So good day everyone, I'm Maria Victorina de la Peña from LCD Co-op. So today I will conduct coffee tasting using Sumatra from Latin America and Asia Pacific. So to brew a perfect cup of coffee, you must follow the 4 fundamentals of brewing. First is proportion. Proportion is the amount of coffee versus the water we should use. It allows the proper extraction of coffee, resulting in a rich and aromatic cup. Here in Starbucks, we're using 10 grams of coffee into 180 ml of water. Also, we need to remember that using too much coffee can make the brew sour, and using too much water can make the brew bitter. So today, I'm using coffee press. Coffee press is the most convenient way to brew a perfect cup of coffee, especially in your home. It retains the flavorful oils of coffee, resulting into a rich and full-bodied cup. And we have 3 sizes of coffee press. We have 3C, 4C, and 8C. So now I'm using 4C, and the proportion for 4C is 490 ml of water into 27 grams of coffee. Second is grind. There is no universal grind because grind is determined by the brewing method we will use. It determines how long the coffee and water are contacted and how much flavor is extracted. Always use the correct grind for your brewing method. Generally, we have espresso, Turkish, medium, coarse, fine, and extra fine. And for coffee press, I grind this with coarse grind since we're steeping this for 4 minutes. And third is water. As we all know, 98% of coffee is water. We have 2 components of water, the purity and temperature. We must use filtered or bottled water. We can also use tap water as long as it is cold and fresh tasting. Avoid using water that tastes like chlorine and smells like iron and sulfur. And the ideal temperature for our water is 90 to 96 degrees Celsius or 195 to 205 degrees Fahrenheit. And lastly, the freshness. We must protect our coffee from heat, light, moisture, and oxygen. That's why here in Starbucks, we're using flavor lock bag. This flavor lock bag has 4 layered materials, which are nylon, foil, polyester, and polyethylene to maintain the freshness of our coffee. Also, we have one-way valve. This one-way valve is allowing coffee gases to escape while keeping oxygen out. If our coffee bag is already open, we need to consume it within 7 days. And if it's already ground, we need to consume it within 24 hours. And our bag has 36 weeks shelf life. So now, that we already know the 4 fundamentals of brewing, we can proceed to our coffee tasting. But can we please clean our palate first? Because I know you drank too much coffee. You drank too much coffee earlier. So, in tasting a coffee, we have 4 steps. We have still 33 seconds to finish this one. But we have 4 steps: the smell, slurp, locate, and describe. By doing this 4 steps, we must identify the characteristic of the coffee: the aroma, acidity, body, and flavor. Okay. So how we will smell if it's not Spanish? So I'm 1 year and a half here in Starbucks, and I'm planning also to go in next level, inshallah. So now that our coffee is ready,
It's okay, I've set the timer here.
Oh,
No
okay.
problem.
you will drink also. So
I thought it's eye shaking, huh?
sorry, I'm very nervous. This because this is my very first time competition in my whole life. So we first we need to smell the coffee to get the aroma. Because our tongue can only distinguish 5 tastes: the sweet, sour, bitter, sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and umami. But our nose can identify trillions of aromas. By smelling the coffee, you can also identify the growing agent. Yeah. Next is to slurp. We're slurping the coffee to get acidity. Acidity is the feeling in the sides and the top of in the tip of our tongue, sometimes at the back of our jaw. When tasting and describing a coffee, acidity does not refer to the pH content. It refers to the tangy sensation in your tongue. We can compare it into banana or orange. The coffee that has low acidity offers a smooth and rounded feeling in your tongue, like banana, and the coffee that has medium to high acidity offers a concentrated and lively sensation in your tongue, like orange or lemon. So let's slurp the coffee. The louder the better, for us to avoid burning our tongue and to spray the coffee across our entire palate. So what do you think the acidity of this coffee, Sir Kian?
Low for me.
And for you?
Low for me too.
Yeah, for me it's also low acidity. This Sumatra is low acidity. And next we need to locate. We need to slurp again the coffee to locate the body. To identify, body is the heaviness of the coffee in our tongue. We can compare it into low-fat milk or full-fat milk. If it feels like full-fat milk, that means the body is medium to full-bodied. And if it feels like low-fat milk, the coffee has a light body. So let's slurp again the coffee. For me, this coffee is full-bodied. How about you, Ma'am Sana?
Same for us.
Same.
Yeah, small body, because the roasting profile used for this coffee is dark roast, and it can affect the body of the coffee. So this Sumatra is a dark roast and 100% Arabica coffee. This Sumatra, as you can see in the packaging, the Sumatran tiger is the remaining species in the remaining tiger in these areas, and they call it what do you call this? Oh my god, I'm very nervous. I'm so sorry.
Take a deep breath.
Okay, but in Sumatra, most of the people there are relying for their livelihood in coffee farming. Their coffee farming is not that accessible because they're growing it in their backyards only, and they will process it. After processing, they will deliver it into the regional meals. And Sumatra is their backbone for this coffee is the woman. They're the one who's doing everything for the coffee growing and picking, and after that they will roast and pack and everything. They're the one who's responsible for it. And as you can see, and I can relate this coffee also to myself because of the woman backbone of their processing. Because as a woman, I think I can do everything despite of my yeah, despite of my gender. Also, as you can see, this is 100% ethically sourced in partnership with Conservation International. Not only this coffee, but all our coffee here in Starbucks is 100% ethically sourced. It is a practice of making sure that our coffee is purchased in a responsible and sustainable way. That's why Starbucks created the coffee practices in partnership or coffee practices or coffee and farmers equity in partnership with Conservation International in 1998. Conservation International is founded on 1987 with the goal of protecting nature in the benefit of the people. And we have four components of coffee practices. First is the quality. So before you purchase coffee, they must meet our coffee standard. The higher the quality, the higher the price paid to the farmers. Next is social responsibility to ensure that the workers' rights are protected. So our workers can get wages and benefits. They can also access to education, housing, training, so on and so forth. And third is the economic transparency. So here it's like the proof of payment to ensure that our coffee farmers are getting the right price for their coffees. And lastly, environmental leadership. So even we're doing business, we're trading, we're still protecting the environment. We're still protecting the wildlife, water conservation, consumption of water, so on and so forth. So also we have farmer support centers. This farmer support center is the home of agronomists. Agronomists are the people who's making experiment to create new techniques in agricultural production to help our coffee farmers to produce high quality coffees. As of now, we have 9 farmer support centers all over our primary growing region. We have Alajuela, Costa Rica, established in 2004, where we can find the Hacienda Sacha, our agronomy research center. We have Guatemala City, Guatemala, established in 2005. Kigali, Rwanda, 2009. Bea, Tanzania, established in 2011. And Yunnan, China, established in 2012. North Sumatra, Indonesia. And Chiapas, Mexico, also established in 2016. So that's it. Thank you for listening, everyone. And if you want to add another information, please share it with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
What we finish?
No, we still have 150.
All done?
Yes.
Alright, thank you for that one.
So,
Don't you mention this one?
yeah, need to ask something. So, we have 3 different growing regions, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so at least can you tell us the one farmer support center from 3 different growing regions?
Farmer support center is
Like from one from Latin America,
yeah, from
Asia
Asia.
Pacific.
Okay. From Asia Pacific, we have Yunnan, China, and from Latin America, we have Chiapas, Mexico, and from Africa, we have what do you call this?
You mentioned earlier
Yeah.
on your coffee tasting.
Okay. Oh my God, why? I said Yunnan, China, Chiapas, Mexico, and Ethiopia.
Okay. This one.
Mm.